Last week, I received quite a lot of messages from you all saying that you were offering products to export customers. There were quite a few offers, but the only response or feedback you got from customers was that the price was too high. So today, Vi will use this video to share a story with you all. It's the story of the legendary founder of Sony, Akio Morita, a man whom even Steve Jobs greatly admired and looked up to. The context of this story takes place in the 1950s. At this time, Morita and his team had just invented a new product. It was seen as a product that could change the world, the tape recorder. At this time, Japan had just emerged from World War II. Just after World War II, so resources were extremely limited. So both he and his team had to carefully select and measure every single resource to put into the product. And at that time, a single tape recorder could weigh up to 35 kilograms. The fact that it consumed so many resources like that made the cost of the tape recorder so high that when he and his team set the price to cover expenses, it reached 175,000 yen. To help you visualize, at that time, a new graduate in Japan would only earn about 100,000 yen a year. This means that the value of the tape recorder was higher than the annual salary of a newly employed graduate. The reason is that when his team invented this machine, everyone was so excited that they focused entirely on producing it, and they ended up making 30 tape recorders at once. They started to pitch and introduce the product to their friends. But there was one thing, the final response that the whole team received. What they kept hearing was their friends or potential customers simply couldn't pay such a high price for something they saw as just a toy. The whole team was really shocked because they believed such a great product was being seen by everyone as just a toy. So, at this point, Morita and his entire team felt extremely hopeless. They were stuck and didn't know how they could possibly sell this product to customers, to the people across Japan. One day, while wandering into an antique shop, he was quite surprised because there were so many customers coming in to buy antiques. Many people were willing to buy antiques, but no one was willing to buy his tape recorder. So when he walked into the store, by chance he saw a customer holding up an antique vase. The customer raised the vase and asked the shop owner how much it cost. At that moment, the shop owner said the vase was 200,000 yen. The customer exclaimed, "That's wonderful! He'll take it." At that moment, Morita was completely astonished. He wondered why an item that seemed worthless to him could be worth as much as 200,000 yen to a customer. This meant that the vase was even more expensive than his tape recorder, and yet the customer was happy to pay that price. At that point, an idea suddenly came to his mind. And this idea also ties directly into the story of marketing itself, which is, when selling, we need to focus on selling to our target customers, not just to everyone. And after that, do you know what he did next? He brought those recording devices to the court and offered them to the court, where they needed to record and document the testimonies of witnesses or the statements of judges. And at that point, the court finally purchased 20 recording devices from his company. After that, he continued to apply this principle to sell recording devices to schools and other institutions. His discovery became a guiding principle in sales in general, and especially in need-based selling. When you sell, imagine yourself as Morita in the modern era. Take your company's product and go out to sell it. At this point, have you identified your target customers yet? Do you know where they are? To answer this question, you can ask yourself some other questions. For example, who is willing to pay to import your product? Are they importers who bring in your product to distribute it, other companies, or are they buying your product to use it in their own production? These importers could be serving small companies as their customers. Or are they working with large companies? That's the end of my story for now. Now it's your turn. Please answer the questions above by leaving a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe to the channel to receive the latest updates every week. And finally, thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.